I just saw You're Dating a Narcissist starring Marisa Tomei. As a New Yorker, I think I'm offended. Hey, I'm Mike. I studied film, I work in TV, and if you love movies as much as I do, hit that subscribe button and get notified when new content's posted. You're Dating a Narcissist is about Judy, played by Marisa Tomei. She's a psychology professor at NYU, an author, and host of a podcast. Her specialty is dealing with narcissists, a specialty she learned from her experience with her ex-husband. Judy's problem is she sees narcissists everywhere. We see this in her dealings with her colleague, played by actress and comedian Sherry Cola. Judy is giving her advice on how to move on from a narcissistic partner. Anyway, Judy gets a call from her daughter, played by Nickelodeon star Ciara Bravo, who's studying art in LA. Her daughter tells her that she's met a guy and she's getting married in a matter of weeks. Typical narcissist behavior. So Judy jumps into action to try to stop the wedding. She lands in LA and meets her soon-to-be son-in-law and his family in their beautiful coastal mansion. They're all perfect and well-adjusted and nice, drinking wine and hugging and shit, talking about their feelings. Ugh. Tomei plays a New Yorker who comes to LA with all of her neuroses, and as much as I wanted to find it funny, I had to wonder, is this how you guys see us New Yorkers? High-strung, uptight, defensive? Judy has clearly been hurt, and she's projecting her feelings on everyone else. It quickly becomes clear that Judy is the problem. You're Dating a Narcissist is the directing debut of writer-director Anne-Marie Allison. It's like an indie Hallmark movie, if that's possible. What I mean is that it's shot like an indie film, all beautiful West Coast locations, with lots of shadow depth of field and all that dreamy bokeh we love. But it's written like a Hallmark movie, and I don't mean to sound that like a negative. Hallmark movies are made for TV. They're typically brightly lit. Storylines wrap up neatly. A good Hallmark movie is defined by comforting, predictable formulas, undeniable chemistry between the leads, and a cozy, nostalgic atmosphere. Usually, Hallmark movies include a fish-out-of-water character like a city versus country romance. Here it's represented as an East Coast neurotic in a laid-back West Coast environment. Hallmark movies have heartfelt storylines, festive settings, with high-contrast decor, and a guaranteed happily-ever-after conclusion, usually culminating at a wedding or a graduation or other life event. Like this movie. A good independent film, on the other hand, is typically defined by character-driven stories, often told from gritty perspectives and explore niche or taboo topics that major studios typically avoid. So I was a little taken back when I saw You're Dating a Narcissist because it's a Hallmark movie disguised as an indie film. Listen, it's only natural for new directors to put on screen the things they themselves watch, their inspirations. Story-wise, I'm willing to bet Anne-Marie Allison watches a lot of Hallmark movies, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that her visual style is more in line with films like 2004's Sideways or 2006's Little Miss Sunshine. I'm just more accustomed to indie films being made from indie film scripts. Ultimately, I had fun with this movie, and I think you will too. I recognize there is a massive audience for these kinds of movies, or Hallmark and Lifetime wouldn't be in the business of churning out films like this. I also recognize that I might lie outside of that targeted demographic. Anyway, to the segment of my audience who likes to cozy up to a good Hallmark movie, but wants something a bit more visually pleasing than a brightly lit made-for-TV movie, then check out You're Dating a Narcissist. I think you'll like it. I also think us New Yorkers need to do some work on our image, if that's how you guys are perceiving us. Anyway, those are my thoughts on You're Dating a Narcissist. I'd love to read yours in the comments below. As always, film is about community. I'm Mike, and I love movies.